Hi, welcome to this channel, or welcome back. If you're seeing this on your subscription feed, it's because you were subscribed to me quite a long time ago. This used to be a beauty channel, and if you'd like to know what is going to be happening with this channel, then please keep watching. Otherwise, thank you so much for your support in the past. I wish you a lovely life. Otherwise, if you're here because of my music, then also please keep on watching to find out what this channel is about and see if it's something that you might enjoy. So my name's Mickey. I go by Miyuki on the internet. I am a singer and songwriter. I've been doing music for about 10 years now under this project, and I love making audiovisual content to go along with that music. I've always really liked using my body as a canvas in order to help evoke feelings or paint a picture to go along with the art or music that I create, and help draw the listener into what kind of world that I'm painting or building. So in this video, I'm just going to be playing with some makeup that I really love and be kind of just putting it on my face while we hang out and chat. Explain what my plans with this channel are going forward, as well as just talking about what's been going on with me lately, where my head has been at these past few years, and what has led me to want to revive this channel. So before we get into all of that, I'm going to be starting with a primer. I'm going to be putting on a new primer that I've been trying out, which is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Look at me doing the the YouTuber thing. So I haven't had this very long. I quite like it. Mine's a little bit gross because I do have a dog and her hair is getting everywhere. But I have very dry skin, so I love you can hear her right there. So I love a primer that gives me a lot of hydration and that almost feels like a moisturizer on the face. That really helps everything go on smoothly. I'm going to spread it, concentrating on the places where I'm drier, which funnily enough is my T-zone. That's where it always gets the worst. So I used to post on this channel about 10 years ago, even before the Miyuki project started. Sorry, I'm looking down because I don't want to have the mirror covering my face. But yeah, I have always loved playing with makeup and beauty and fashion. I love the tactile quality of it. I love just like digging my little paws into pots and eyeshadow pans and you know, just like smearing it on my body or on my face and watching the shimmers kind of glisten and shift in the light. And in my free time, it's some of my favorite content to watch as well. I'm going to go in now with honestly, the only foundation I've ever tried that has worked for me. This is Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. I usually apply this with my finger and then tap it in with a sponge, and it seems to work pretty well. So that's what I'll be doing. Just kind of help it along my cheek so that it's as even as possible. And then go in with a dry sponge. You can also go in with a wet sponge, but today I'm trying it dry. I don't put anything on my nose because everything kind of lifts and flakes the worst there. So I want the least amount of product on there. So the internet kind of rewards stereotypes, and it rewards really categorizing yourself, putting yourself into a niche, and kind of not stepping out of the box. I used to be able to make a ton of really fun videos on my YouTube channel once upon a time, but the way that YouTube has changed, if I make any kind of video on my YouTube channel that is not music, not even music related, but music itself, what will happen is that my music will start being pushed less and less. So it kind of defeats the purpose and penalizes you for making any other kind of content that steps out of your niche at all. So it's kind of a shame because you're encouraged to kind of really constrain yourself into as small of a box as possible instead of getting to connect with people who have the same interests as you or who might find value in your lived experiences. Now for me, even though, you know, this might be considered a little bit dramatic, I've spent most of my life trying to fit into boxes. I think a lot of people can relate to this. You know, I'm a serial people pleaser. I grew up putting a lot of weight on what my parents thought about me and wanted me to do with my life. And I've talked about this in my streams a lot. I mean, anything from family to friendships to work relationships to people that I didn't even know, right? And it has led me to be in a lot of toxic and even abusive relationships. Before we continue, I'm gonna go in with the Glossier Stretch Concealer in the shade G10. Oh, and I didn't mention that this was the shade 160 Shell. And it got to a point for me where I really didn't know myself. And I'm not just saying like, oh, I didn't know my personality. I didn't know, you know, what kind of person that I was. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know anything about me. I felt like my personality was completely dependent and hinged on who I was around that day. And living like that, it's very hard because you feel like a shell of a human being. You are not able to set boundaries because if you don't know what you like or you don't like, how are you able to say this is enough, right? I mean, I didn't even know how I felt, you know, when I started going to therapy to try and figure myself out. My therapist would ask me how I felt very often, and I wouldn't know how to answer. Like, I would know whether I was feeling good or bad, but I couldn't name any kind of emotion to go along with with whether I was feeling good or bad in general, you know? I had to be taught how to place a name to the emotions that I was feeling because I had spent so much of my life trying to please other people that I'd completely just gotten to a point where I cared so little about how I felt because everybody else's feelings took priority over mine. Everybody else's comfort took priority over mine. Everybody else's desires took priority over mine, that I was completely disconnected from how I felt. I'm going to go in with the Pro Filt'r, what do you call it, like eyeshadow base in, I think it's an Invisipink by Fenty Beauty. It's alright. I mean, it does the job. Nothing to write home about. Most of my adult life, I've just been trying to connect at all with who I am, you know? First trying to find out very simple things about what I liked, and then, you know, the harder stuff that you have to work through, like how to correctly and efficiently deal with uncomfortable emotions, what your values are, not the values that your parents passed on to you or that your environment passed on to you, but your values. Going in with Glamshop eyeshadow in Landy Zarcy, nice gray. Nice gray. It's just it's super pale gray taupe. I have sorry, I feel like I'm talking about such a deep topic and it's kind of like hard to like cut it up, right, and talk about makeup in between, but makeup has always been therapy to me. It helps keep me calm. It calms me down when I'm on the verge of a panic attack or I'm having anxiety that day. And this is a Refer 16 brush, by the way. Just a very fluffy brush. But yeah, finding out what I valued, and then once I knew that, unlearning beliefs that no longer served me, or even worse, beliefs that actively damaged me. Because Lord knows we pick up so many of those along the way as we grow up. We spend so long trying to find out who we are, but a lot of the time we have to find out what we're not. And then by the time that we do, it's already too late because a lot of it is already in our head, right? You know, really uncomfortable things to look at. Fat phobia, internalized misogyny, biases against LGBTQ plus people, racism, white privilege. Really assessing whether your actions align with the kind of person you want to be and taking control over your life. Uncomfortable, hard work. And a lot of it is also, you know, saying goodbye to relationships with people that you love, but that just do not align with what you hope for, what you value, what you want out of the world. I'm gonna warm this up a little bit more because I'm feeling a little bit too cool toned. I'm gonna go in with another Glamshop single, but this one is in Sweet Caramel. I know they're gonna look almost identical, but I swear they're different. You can tell from my house and the way that I dress that I love beige. Okay, let me just go in with a bit more of this just to warm it up a little bit. I'm mostly concentrating this along the lid though. I'm putting some of it in the crease as well, but I kind of want it to be like a gradient and go up in a diffused manner. And I have hooded eyes, so I do have to bring my eyeshadow quite high up and really kind of work at it in order to build up any kind of shape. So 2020 in particular was a very tough year. I mean, for most people, but I lived through several serious family crises, health issues, deaths of loved ones, you know, a lot of tough things. And it pushed me to really evaluate how I wanted to spend my time while I'm here and with whom. I'm going to be using the Pat McGrath Mothership, what number are you? Mothership 6 Midnight Sun. Just the shade right here to do a shadow liner. I just find that it's the easiest way to control my eyeliner and get it looking the way that I want. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I think that part of what I've realized is that a lot of the times, in order to live as the best version of yourself, as what feels most authentic to you, you kind of have to dream up the best version of yourself, a fantasy self of sorts, and then work towards being that person of yourself. I mean, it happens with values, right? It happens with relationships, boundary setting, everything. So slowly, I've been kind of ripping off band-aids, you know, so that I can live as authentically myself as I can. I mean, it feels so good to let go of damaging beliefs, of things that you've been holding on to, that are just weighing you down and that you feel that you have to do, but there's no reason for it. So that kind of brings me on to the reason for this channel. So first off, the name. What the heck is this name? Nizami Yogi. I know it sounds so corny, right? But I kind of wanted it to feel like the whole vibe is that I'm inviting you into my house. This is the vibe, right? You're sitting across from me and we're just chilling. We're having a good time, conversation, the way that I would with my friends. And yeah, I love makeup, but it's likely going to be more than just beauty related stuff. I kind of want to be able to just post whatever I want on here. Every time that I peel back a little bit of the veil that I've been hiding behind and let myself be seen, like truly seen, despite the nagging fear that I'll disappoint, all I feel is relief. I've spent my whole life hiding for fear that I'll let people down, hiding my interests, minimizing my feelings, twisting my body to make it look smaller, trying to take up less space, and I don't want to do that anymore. Me at the beginning of the video, this is what I look like without makeup, and you know what? This is what my body looks like. And while we're at it, I am queer. I've never publicly admitted that because I'm always afraid that my family's going to see it and I'm going to disappoint, but here I am. But honestly, that's what the whole point of this channel is. It's an exercise in transparency and authenticity, in being seen for exactly who I am. And if people don't like it, they don't like it. By the way, I'm applying this incredible shade from the Midnight Sun palette on my eye. This is my favorite eyeshadow of all time. So for me, my fashion and my makeup, developing a style at all, has really helped me feel confident and seen this past year in particular. God, how gorgeous is that? I hope you can see properly because it's so stunning. I love being able to step out of the house looking the way that I do. Now that I've found kind of what I feel confident in, and feeling seen the moment that somebody sees me. You know, feeling like I'm already putting myself out there, so right off the get-go, they kind of know, right? From first impression, they're gonna know kind of that I'm somebody a little bit different, and if they are not okay with that, then they're not gonna approach me. And otherwise, right off the bat, I'm gonna get to connect with people just off of the way that I look and my style, which feels really cool. But money is finite, and as a lover of beautiful eyeshadow and clothing, you know, you kind of have to get picky about what you can spend that money on. So I love watching really tactile, informative content so that I can either fulfill that craving to like know what something is going to feel like and kind of break the fantasy of wanting to purchase it, or make a really informed decision on whether it should be something that I should spend my money on. So hopefully increase the chances that it's going to add value to my life and help me show up as my most confident self. I feel like I've been talking forever, so I'm going to go in with the Glossier Cloud Paint in the color Dusk. This is a very easy to apply, beautiful liquid blush, and I might do a full review of this in the future because I know that they've just arrived in Sephora, at least in the US and Canada, and I've tried a lot of Glossier products, it turns out, I didn't know quite how much I'd tried, but it turns out a lot. I have a lot of information to share that might be valuable. But as I was saying, I love that kind of content, so it's a lot of what I would want to post on here. From simpler things like product reviews to deeper processes, to fun creative endeavors, or even silly lifestyle stuff that I used to be able to post on my music channel and that I can't do anymore. Like making dog treats for my dog, but that I also get to try because they're human safe. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Glossier Haloscope in Quartz. Very easy to apply as well. Just a little bit of highlight. And just to finish it all up, yeah, why don't we do another Glossier product? I should be getting paid for this. But this is my favorite lip product of all time. This is the Generation G lipstick. This one is in the color Fuzz, though I also love the color Cake. It's kind of like a matte lip balm. And it just kind of evens out your lip color and feels amazing. So let me make sure that I've got that on right, but it's pretty fucking hard to fuck up. Okay, but anyway, if you also like ethereal beauty, subversive fashion, makeup reviews, longer form content like this, and even kind of philosophical discussions about, you know, consumerism and mental health as it relates to especially beauty, identity, authenticity, and confidence, I would really love to have you here. I forgot about mascara. I've been so busy talking. I can't believe I almost forgot. I always like to curl the very ends of my lashes and then curl out the root and work back out. This is just a random eyelash curler. I don't know where it's from. This is a new mascara from Iconic London that I'm trying out. I like the packaging, it's cute. The Triple Threat Mascara. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I know that I don't like it on bottom lashes because it smudges. Quite good on top lashes. For my bottom lashes, I'm gonna use the Glossier Lash Slick. I swear, it's like I'm a brand rep. I'm just adding the smallest amount. I'm really not going hard today. I don't have anywhere to be. But yeah, I hope to have you here if you're also trying to peel back the layers of grime and unveil the most authentic and confident version of yourself, because I truly believe that you are your life's greatest work of art and you deserve to feel good in your own skin and in the way that you look. Only you know what you're supposed to look like and be. Nobody else can tell you. So yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed hanging out with me. I hope that I'll have you here again. I hope that you like the makeup look. And yeah, I'm sending you so much love. See you soon. Bye.